Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into XPLOON's podcast. Today, we have with us Molood from Vadan Developments. Molood, how are you doing?
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Great,
I'm good.
thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Now, nobody grows up saying, I want to sell real estate.
Yeah.
So, what's the real story? How did you get into property sales?
So, 5 years back when I moved to Dubai, it was really by chance, I can
Okay.
say. From art, I just moved to real estate. I had no plan, no idea about real estate. But from a friend, just I moved to a developer company, a big developer company in Dubai as a sales team. And yeah, I didn't know anything about real estate. I had no idea, but step by step, I just learned everything.
Nice. So, what was your first deal like?
So it was very interesting. My first deal, I closed my first deal after third week of joining.
Okay.
So the client was from Senegal. He speaks only French, and I don't have any idea about French as well.
Okay.
So I don't know French at all. And we just communicate by Google Translate, and I closed 1.8.
Nice.
So he bought 1.8 property from me. And after that, so I just said to myself, yeah, you can do it. So you can learn and you can communicate with people.
Nice. What has real estate taught you about people in general? Because obviously every industry that you work with, it teaches you things, right?
Yeah.
So what have you learned from real estate about people? What has it taught you?
So about people, for sure, I just met a lot of people. I met big investors. I learned from them how to invest. I learned from them how to think. You know, it really teach me. But about myself, not from people, about myself, because I was not a person to talk in public. I was not a person to communicate with people. I was not social person at all. So I learned a lot in real estate for my own self to just communicate with people, to be a social person, to approach people as well. I didn't know how to approach people.
Okay.
This is something about myself. But from people, yes, because I'm meeting a lot of investors, I'm meeting a lot of big persons in this industry. So it teach me a lot. So how to think, how to invest, how to make money. Yeah, they are teaching me. I'm learning from them.
Can you tell me what exactly drives you to do your job? What's your real passion in this?
So for sure, for everyone, first of all, is money.
Okay.
But I'd like to make networking with the people as well.
Okay.
So this job, yes, it will help me to make big network with people, with big investors as well, and meet different people, different nationalities as well, and help them to invest and help them to find their way to invest as well. And also when I see my clients, they're happy to see their appreciation, to see the ROI as well. So it will make me happy as well.
Most of your clients will also, be buying their home and waiting to live in it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people do buy property to invest in for other reasons, but usually there are a lot of end users, people
Yes.
who want to buy a home, buy a brand new home and live in that home.
Yeah.
Do you come across anyone like that?
Yeah, of course. When there are so many families,
Okay.
when I see that, yes, they find their dream home, so
Amazing.
it will make me happy as well. And so many of them, I'm still in touch with them. So many of my clients, I'm still in touch with them. And when I talk to them, when I meet them, they will tell me that, yeah, we are very happy that we found our dream home. We are so satisfied in the home. So yeah, this is something that make me satisfied.
Nice.
And yeah, for sure. So all of these things, it will lead to
Yeah,
making money as well.
all of the things
and
do come together.
making
Yes.
people satisfied. So this is what I want.
Right. So people think, you need to have a lot of money or you need to be a millionaire to start investing in Dubai, right? So
Yeah.
can you please tell us what should be a minimum amount anybody should have to invest in any property in Dubai?
So for
what are the
sure-
starting prices and how can somebody plan to invest in Dubai?
So for sure, you don't need to be a billionaire.
Okay.
And right now in this market, you can buy a studio minimum for 650,000 dirham in a growing area.
Okay.
There are less than this price as well, which is not good for investment. I don't recommend you to invest. But minimum 650,000 dirham, you can buy a studio, but you don't need to pay the whole amount. So the minimum you need to pay 20% as a down payment
Okay.
for off-plan property. plus 4% DLD registration, which is for land department, and 3,000 to 5,000 dirham for admin fee. These are
Okay.
all the payment that investor has to
Initially, this
pay.
is what they pay.
Yes. And for off-plan property clients, they don't need to pay any commission.
Okay.
So again, it's
Yeah,
a good
it's definitely
advantage for
saving.
off-plan property. So the whole amount that they need to enter to investment is 20% plus 4%, 3,000 to 5,000 admin fee.
Admin fee. Pretty reasonable. So let's say, and why did you say that, there are cheaper options available, but you would not recommend them? Is it about the size? Is it about the area? Let's say somebody doesn't want a studio. Somebody wants maybe a one bedroom, or even let's say just somebody's doing it for the purpose of doing it. So let's say a studio, right? What should be the minimum size of a studio that is good enough?
Good enough size for sure is 400 and above.
Okay.
There are less than this. We have in the market 280, 290,
Okay.
which I think it's going to be like a hotel room. It's not a
Okay.
place
A
that you
serviced
can
apartment, yeah.
it's not a place that you can live in. So minimum for a studio 400, 420 and above, we can say it's a good size.
Can you please explain to us that, as you said, that people, can start investing from as little as 20% or whatever the amount of property they want to acquire. What are the real risks that off-plan property buyers miss when they're investing in Dubai? Like what are the real risks that are not a part of the brochure, or things that they are not informed before they buy?
First of all, thanks to government of UAE, because of the rules that we have here, the risks are very less right
Okay.
now in UAE. But there are some keys that they need to check before
Okay.
investing. First of all is the developer. They need to check the background of developer,
Okay.
where they are from, like what they have delivered before. It's an in-house company or they use any contractor, because if it's an in-house company,
Okay.
they can make sure that the delivery will be on time.
So in-house contracting company.
Yes.
Okay.
So the other point is that they need to check whatever is promised in the brochure, it will be in the SPA, it will be in the contract as well.
Okay.
Not only in the brochure, not only in the renders.
I understand.
So they need to check all the brands and that all the promised things, that it will be in the contract as well.
Okay.
And the other point, which most of the first buyers, they don't mention this thing, is price per square foot.
Okay.
So it's very important, because yes, they will say like this price is cheap. It's only 500,000, 550,000 dirham. But what's the size that you will deliver from them?
Okay.
So it's very important. They need to check price per square foot for sure. And the other point is that they need to check the location. Is this location is a growing area? Is there any plan from government for this area as well?
Okay.
So they need to check the location, not only the connectivity, they need to check future plans as well. So the other point is that it's very important that which unit you will choose in the building.
Okay.
So because not all the units are good for investing.
Okay.
Not all the
right.
units will give you the ROI that you will expect. So it's very important that which unit you will choose in the building, which floor you will choose, which view you will choose. And it will help you for resale. It will help you for rental as well. So these are all the keys, all the facts that they need to check before investing as well.
So you're saying in the same project, in the same building, by the same developer,
Yes.
different units can have different sort of appreciations
For sure.
based. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because for rental, someone who comes for the rent, so they will check the view, they will check, so where is the unit exactly? Is it, for example, garbage room next to it? Is it like gym next to it? Is it
Okay.
elevator? So these are very important things that they have to check before buying a property. So like floor matters, all of these things will matter, like balcony size matters. Everything is important.
Okay.
And the most important part is the payment, that everyone
Okay.
is worried about it, because most of clients, they are international clients. So they should not be worried, because all the payment will goes to escrow account, which is an
Okay.
account for between government and developer. And developer is not allowed to touch this amount since they reach to a level of construction.
Okay.
So this is very important, because it will make the risk very low. And so we have escrow account, and they have to check that this project has escrow account or not. So where the money will go, to the account of developer or the escrow account of project.
Okay, so when the customer pays you, he's not paying your company directly.
Yeah.
He's paying the money to an escrow account that is
Yes.
semi-holded by Dubai authorities and the developer.
Exactly.
Okay, and the developer have to complete a certain level of construction to be able to withdraw funds. So that means a developer has to put in their own money to get the project to a certain point of construction to be able to use the money from escrow.
Yeah.
Is
Exactly.
okay,
First
very
of all,
nice.
they need to deposit 20% of the value of the project.
Okay.
And they need to deposit it in escrow account from their own pocket. And they need to start the construction from their own pocket as well.
Okay.
So then once they reach to a certain level, they can just take
What
money
is
from
like the
this.
minimum construction percentage that a developer has to
It
be at?
depends on the value of the project, but
Okay.
mostly it will start from 8% and above.
Okay. So they have to have at least the digging and everything, because there are different stages in construction, right? So
Yeah.
the first thing is you dig things, then you do the piling, and then you start.
Exactly.
Correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I
Depends
think
on the
okay.
how big the project is.
Right.
But it will start minimum from 8% of
8%.
construction.
8% of construction. Nice. Ready property or off plan? The answer might surprise you. So, Maulud, for a first time buyer who's planning on investing in real estate, what should be the way to go? Should they go for a property that is currently being built, like an off plan project, or should they go for something that is already there?
So first of all, they need to see what's their goals.
Okay.
They are looking for rental or they are looking for capital appreciation. What's their budget?
Okay.
First of all. So if they have less budget and they are looking for less entry point and they are looking for more capital appreciation and also they can be patient, so off-plan is the best option because they can get more flexible payment plan as well. So
Okay.
they don't need to put all their money and they will have brand new unit as well after 2 or 3 years. They can have a good capital appreciation. But if they have cash flow in hand and they want to earn money from the beginning, they want to rent their unit from the beginning, so it's good to go for secondary market as well.
Okay.
But for first-time buyers, I always say off-plan property gonna be much better for
Okay.
them because they don't need to put all their money and they will have flexible payment plan. If they are patient, for sure, for 2 to 4 years, they will have a better capital appreciation as well. They will have a warranty for their unit once they hand over their property also.
Okay.
So, they will have a very less risk as well.
I understand. So what you're saying is that if the first time buyer deals with a developer instead of another person who owns the property, it's a better deal for them, because not just in terms of payment plan, also in terms of the capital appreciation and being the first owner of the property with the developer warranty and everything comes into play.
Yeah, and
Right.
they will buy a property with the less price. So because
Okay, yeah.
the secondary market, you will buy from another person,
Yeah.
and you will buy with higher price as well.
Obviously, you'll pay full amount of money. Yeah,
exactly. So, but for the off-plan property, you will pay very less price per square foot as well. So it's gonna be much better.
Most buyers don't negotiate because they don't know they can. So when buying from a developer, let's say somebody is investing in an off-plan property and they're first-time buyers, can they negotiate with you guys? And if they do, what can they negotiate about? Like, can they negotiate on the price? Can they negotiate on the payment plan? And can they negotiate on the type of finish they want? First, can they really negotiate with you as a developer?
So most of buyers, they don't know that they can negotiate. There is always room for negotiation
Okay.
with developers, but yes, they can.
Okay, nice. So what is the starting point of that negotiation?
So first of all, it's about a payment plan.
Okay.
So there are always room to change the payment plan to make it more flexible.
Okay.
Depends on the units for sure, depends on the demands as well. But yes, there is the chance to change the payment plan most of the time. They can negotiate on upfront payments about
Okay.
discounts as well.
Okay.
So yes, for sure, if they pay upfront, they can have a good discounts as well.
Okay.
But regarding finishing, no. There is
Okay.
no negotiation because we cannot change the finishing, we cannot change the layout. it's always, that it will be by DLD approval, so we cannot change it. But regarding payment plan and discounts, yes, we can do it.
So what's the best time for them to negotiate with you guys?
Not in pre-launch time,
Okay.
for sure. It's always after the launch, once the demands will be less.
Okay.
So yes, they can negotiate. Once the developer needs cash flow, they
The
can
developer will-
negotiate as
okay,
well.
okay.
Yeah. So, and once there is very less availability in the building, for example, there are 3-4 units left, so they can be more flexible.
Okay, so you're saying the developer is more flexible depending on when and exactly how they are positioned at that time.
Exactly.
But a buyer for an off-plan property always has a room to negotiate with you guys. That means
Not
they can always.
no.
Not always.
When there is a lot of demands on the project, as I mentioned, when it's a pre-launch, when the project is hot, so for sure they cannot negotiate.
Okay, so if the project is getting sold out quickly.
Yes.
Well, makes sense. Okay, but still, let's say a buyer comes to you, says, you know what, I am coming to you directly because, look, as a developer, you guys do give out commission to brokers, right? There is no hidden secret there. So you pay 5% and above in commissions to different brokerages. But if the customer chooses to come to you directly, can you offer them discounts like on the payment, on the total price of the unit?
So
Is that a possibility that they'll be like, the reason I'm coming to you directly is I want to buy from you and I don't want you pay commission to buy. Instead, give me a little bit of discounts on my payment.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility?
So they should not expect like 10-15% or
Okay.
this kind of discounts. No. There is discounts, yeah.
Okay.
There are some discounts, like maybe maximum 5%, depends on the units all the time.
Okay.
But we are not offering like this kind of weird discounts
Right,
at
okay,
10, 15,
okay.
20, no. But there is, yes, they can have 2, 3, 4, 5, depends on their payment, depends on the upfront that they are paying, depends on the unit that they will choose. Yes,
Okay.
there is a possibility.
There are possibilities.
Yes,
Okay. A developer is offering too many discounts. Is this a good news for the buyers?
for sure not.
Why?
It's a warning. So,
It's a warning.
If the project is good enough, why they need to give a lot of discounts, why they need to give a lot of offers?
Okay.
It means that they're struggling to sell. It means that there is no demands for this project and they cannot sell it and they need cash flow.
Okay.
So it's not a good sign for buyers. They need to always be worried about it. If there is discount, a lot of discount, not a normal one, yeah, they should not go for this project.
What is an abnormal discount from a developer? Like, because obviously you're in the market, so without naming any names, can you give me like an example? Like, what is a type of discount that the customer should be like, okay, wait, let's think about it first.
So first of all, you need to see why they are giving you discount. For example, there are some developers, they will give you higher price.
Okay.
Then they will mention without any reason, without you asking them, they will mention, okay, we will give you 10% discount as well, and this will be the final price. So why
Okay.
you are giving me discount 10%?
All right.
And so they need to be worried about it.
Okay.
Okay, if you are asking them, if you are telling them I'm doing like 30% upfront, I'm doing 40% upfront, I don't want post handover payment plan, I will pay like on handover.
On handover, yeah.
So if there are some options that you will change it, it will give you this like the room to negotiate, to have the discount.
Okay.
But if they are giving you discount without asking them,
Okay.
so it's a warning.
But the question is, let's say that the way you said it, that there are like a couple of units left, the developer needs cash flow, and they're offering discounts, like great discounts,
Yeah.
like as good as you cannot think of, like 40%, 20%,
exactly.
30%, like big numbers. So do people who actually bought at the original price without those discounts, do they not fear that what's happening to our money? Because does it not affect the capital appreciation and overall picture?
It will be a bad point for their capital appreciation and for their resale as well.
Okay.
So because once you want to resell it, once you hand over the property, you don't know that in this building, how many people they get a lot of
Okay.
discounts,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
different discounts, and how they want to resell it, with which price they want to resell it.
Okay.
You will struggle on resale as well. But a normal discount for a developer, it can be maybe 4%, 5%, depends on the payment plan.
Okay.
Maybe DLD waiver.
Okay.
So these are the normal ones,
Okay.
which you can control after handovering the property. You can resell it normal. But when it goes up to 10%, more than 10%, you need to be worried because you don't know if they are giving you 10% to the other buyer, how much they will give and
Right.
how they want
There
to
is no
resell it
set
after
price.
2
Yeah,
years.
okay.
Yeah, so it's not fair for reselling. So they need to be worried about it.
Okay, so let's say that somebody do decide to invest money in an off-plan project with you, right? How long would it take for them to see any real appreciation in terms of like, when they invest? How long do you want them to wait, or how long would you recommend them to wait as a developer?
Okay. It depends on property type. If it's off-plan, usually it will take 2 to 4 years. Since the construction is going on, so price will be increasing as well. And since the area is growing up, still they're gonna have their own price appreciation as well. So it will take minimum 2 to 4 years, as I mentioned before. But for secondary project, for the ready property, for sure from first day they can have their own return on investment. They can just rent it out and get their money. But we need to know that for secondary, they put all the money and they put all the money as cash and they paid everything. But for off-plan property, they only paid 20% and the rest is by payment plan as well.
So, Maulud, can you please tell us that how does an off-plan property buyer actually buy the property? There are multiple ways, I think. They can come to you guys directly. They can go to an agent such as a real estate broker for an advice. But the off-plan property buyer, he's living let's say he's living outside of UAE and he has very little to no knowledge about Dubai, but he wants to invest. But we've seen good brokers, obviously, there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
And then, again, there are brokers who don't give appropriate advice to the buyers, right?
Yeah.
So how can a customer protect themselves? Like, let's say somebody wants to buy an off-plan property. They know nothing about Dubai. They spoke to somebody and they said that, they're a real estate broker and they can help them acquire a property, in an off-plan project. So how does a customer protect themselves? What are the questions they should ask, this gentleman or this lady before they actually will do what they say? What are the questions as an off-plan buyer they need to ask?
Yeah. So first of all, we have two types. Like we have brokers and we have advisors.
Okay.
If they say that the person is pushing them to buy, to pushing them to pay, it's a broker.
Okay.
And they just know the brochure. They just read them for brochure.
Okay.
So they don't compare the project. They don't compare the locations. So it's a bad sign for them.
Okay.
They need to have an advisor with themselves. So advisor, they always compare with the facts. They know what's the future plan for the area. They know the market very well. They can compare everything together. They can compare even the Emirates together. They can compare the projects together, the units together as well. So It's a good point. They need to have an advisor, not a broker. If you see that this person is pushing you to pay, is pushing you, and they will tell you, this is the last chance, this is the last unit you have to pay right now, it's a bad sign. So they are not the advisor.
Okay, but isn't that like a sales strategy that, this is the last time, this is the last unit, this is the last view, but it actually might be true in certain cases.
Yeah, sometimes, it's true, but they need to see that is this person has the knowledge exactly. They are giving them facts, not only some brochure tips, not only some, I can say like marketing things. So they need to see what's their plan for this investment.
Okay.
What kind of exit plan they are giving them.
Okay.
This is very important. So right now I will buy this property. When should I resell it?
Okay.
How can I rent it out?
Okay.
So these are all the exit plans that they have to ask for from their own brokers, advisors, let's say.
All right.
These are very important points that they need to check. They need to ask them about facts.
Okay.
They need to ask them about the market itself, like the transactions, how is it going on, what's the update about market, what's the future plan.
Let's say if somebody wants to buy a property in UAE, right, in an off-plan property, what should they have? What would you tell them as the first time buyer? What would your suggestions be that that if you want to buy any, because we obviously have covered about it's not too much money that you need to start investing in, right? So let's talk about what are the basics that they need to know or they need to be covered. Like if let's say that somebody wants to buy a property in Dubai, what do they need to know? What are their basics that before they invest in anything, they need that to be covered? What would you consider the basics to be?
So first, I ask them always that is it for investment or if you're an end user.
Okay.
This is very important. If you're investment, you want to flip the property or you want to rent the property.
Okay.
Again, this is another question because not all the projects are for flipping and not
Okay.
all of them are for renting as well.
Okay.
If you want to rent it out, is it holiday home or yearly rental?
Okay.
These are very important. So they need to see what kind of a strategy they have. Because if it's for flipping, on how many percentage you can flip it.
Okay.
So these are different percentage. So for example, some developers, they will allow you to flip on 30%. Some they will allow you to flip on 40%. So it's very important. If you
Okay.
want to flip, on how many percentage you are allowed to flip. And if you want to rent it out, is it possible they will allow you to rent it as a holiday home later on or not?
Okay.
Only yearly rental.
Okay.
So these are very important. They need to check, first of all, before purchasing anything.
Okay.
So the other point is that if they delay on their installments, what will happen to their property? What will be the fine? Because most of them, they are international buyers. They are overseas.
Okay.
So for sure, it will happen for them to delay on the installments as well. So they need to prepare themselves that how will be the fines? What will happen to their property if they delays? So these are all the important points that they need to check in the SPA, in the contract. And they need to check with the developer and their broker as well.
Would a developer company be a good company or somebody who works in a developer will be the best person to get the advice from?
For sure, I always say that they need to have an advisor next to them.
Okay.
They need to check with the developer sales team as well because they know more about the project than everyone.
Okay.
And also, they need to have their own research as well.
Okay. So what do they need to do in their own research? This is a very
So
interesting
there are
point.
so many portals in Dubai right now that you can do your research as well. There is DXP Interact that you can see all the transaction, you can see all the areas growing, and you can see all the prices, everything. So there are portals that they can see. There is like, for example, GIS. You can see what will happen next in this area. What will be the next building to your project as well. So you can see all of this.
And this
things.
is all these platforms there from Dubai government?
Yes, exactly.
Nice. Okay.
And they can see everything and everything is clear here in Dubai. So they can have their own research and yes, developer, we can help the client because we know more about the project, we know more about all the rules about our own developer, about the contract, and advisor, for sure they can compare all the projects for them as well.
So I have a question that I want to put to you. And this is from somebody I knew personally. Bought a property from a developer in an off-plan project, was paying payments 2 years completely on the line. 2 years later, the guy loses the job, cannot pay any more of the installments. What happened to him was a different story, but I want to listen to it from you. That what exactly happens when somebody cannot continue paying their installments, let's say after 2 years, there is a 5-year, 6-year payment plan. Yeah. They paid first year, second year, third year, 2 years, 3 years, they lost their job or, the place they were working at or something happened and they can't pay any more of the installments. What happens to them? Can they get their money back? Is it safe? How does it work?
So first, if they have delay on their payment, let's say they cannot pay their installments for maybe 2 months, 3 months, it's okay, it's fine. They will get just fine and they can continue later on. But if they cannot pay at all, so they want to cancel their unit, so this money is not refundable. Okay. After 2-4 years, for sure, is not refundable. Okay. But there is always some rooms for negotiation. Again, the communication is always the key. So they can just send an email. They can request for more time. always they can have they don't know that these have these rights, but they have these rights. They can
Okay.
request for more time if they have some reasons for the delay, something that we can accept. Yeah, they can send email, they can ask for more times, then we can give them sometimes without any fines. We can try to solve it.
Okay.
But the other point is, the other thing that they can have is that they can resell their property.
Okay.
For off-plan property, after 30% or 40%, depends on the contract, they have the right to resell their property.
Okay.
They just need to find second buyer and resell it.
Right.
So they have this option as well.
Could you guys help them with something like this?
So actually for resale, no, developer will not help. We will
Okay.
just help for the documentation, NOCs and all. But to find someone buying from them, no, we are not helping.
You're not helping. Okay.
Yeah.
So as a company, you guys don't.
No.
All right. So what are the rights of the buyers against the rights of the developers? This is tricky because you just explained that they cannot get the money back. So that means a developer definitely has some rights in play as well as a buyer,
Yeah.
right? Like what's written in the sales purchase agreement, what's written in the SPA.
Okay, so it's very different. In any contract is different. For any
Okay.
project is different. But the thing is that when they are paying the installments, when they are paying money, it goes to escrow account.
Okay.
And it doesn't, make sense to take the money from escrow account because even developer doesn't have access to this account.
Right.
So
okay.
we don't have the access to the account, and we cannot give the money back. And the other point is, after 2 years, let's say after 1 year, 2 years, so construction, it's in a certain level.
Okay.
So it means that we cannot pay this money back. We cannot give money
Right.
back because we are doing our own job. We are doing the construction. So this money is with escrow account and it will goes for the construction. So we cannot touch it and we cannot refund the money.
Right. So the best way for them to get out of something like this at this point of time would be like talk to you guys,
Yeah.
see if there is an option for them where they can resell it to
Yeah.
somebody else. And obviously, do you need permissions for that? Like,
Yes,
Okay.
we need NOC. Like they need to get NOC from us. It means
Okay.
that they paid all the amount, for example, till 30%,
Okay.
and we will allow them to resell their property, and we will make another contract with the new buyer.
Okay.
So this is NOC, which will be around 3,000 to 4,000 dirham. It
Okay.
will not cost them a lot, and then they can do the resell
so
by
when they're
trustee office.
when you're signing the new contract with the new buyer, do you guys give an appreciated price or is it the same
No,
price?
it's the same price.
Okay.
This is something that they agreed on it. So
Okay,
we will
okay.
have our own amount, which was on the first contract.
Okay.
Then, if they want to get profit from the second buyer, or if they want to make it less, depends on them.
Okay, so
but
they-
we need our
alright.
own first price.
Okay. So let's say somebody bought a unit from you for 500,000. They paid you 200,000, right,
Okay.
in installments. The remaining amount for you guys is 300,000.
Yes.
Right? The guy or whoever bought the property goes and sell it to somebody for 250,000,
Okay.
right? So before he does that, is he going to talk to you that I'm doing this? Or does he need an approval from you to sell at an appreciated price?
So there is it's a secondary deal because there will be Form A for BF and
Okay.
all of those things. So they will agree on a price with themselves.
Okay.
They will get Form F. Then they will come to us. They will say, this is the agreement that we have,
Right.
and which is approved by land department as well. And so we will tell them, okay, so whatever you paid till now, the second buyer will pay to the first buyer.
Okay.
And then the rest of amount you have to pay by installment that we have in the contract.
Okay, so
So
your
it will be
price
by
stays the same.
installment,
Your
yes.
500,000 stays
This is
there.
the same price.
Right,
That
okay.
If he wants to get profit, he will get it for himself.
That's between
It
him
will
and
not
him.
comes to
Okay,
us. Yeah.
okay.
We will have our own first price with the same payment plan.
Okay, so this question is for everyone who's watching from outside of UAE. Let's say somebody has never been to UAE or does not live here, right? But wants to buy a property or is thinking about buying a property. Is it possible? Can they buy, without visiting, without coming here, without doing anything? Can they buy a property from anywhere else in the world?
So I can say 90% of my clients, they are overseas client.
Okay.
So I haven't met them in Dubai. It
Okay.
was over Zoom or
Alright.
only like emails, even WhatsApp. So yes, everything is possible in Dubai. So Dubai make it very easy.
All right.
And everything will be like the documentations, the signatures, everything will be by digital, like
Okay.
by DocuSigns and all, by emails. So they don't need to be here.
All right.
Everything will be digital, and also for the payments, it can be bank transfer, it can be by payment link, credit card. So everything will be so easy and fast, and they don't need to be here in Dubai for purchasing property or for reselling the property. For both of them,
Even
they
for
don't
selling
need,
it?
Yes, they don't need to be here.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
So somebody can stay wherever they are, put some money in, buy something, 4
Yeah.
years, 5 years later, sell it
Yes.
when never needs to come down.
No, everything can be on digital by emails, by WhatsApp, by DocuSigns, and also they can have POA as well. Like
Okay.
power of attorney, they can have as well.
So let's say somebody is buying a property, as you said that they can do it and everything is doable. So who handles all of this for them?
So first, the sales person from a developer,
Okay.
we will handle it. We will handle the client with all of this documentation and purchasing process. And if they have any broker, for sure the broker will help them as well.
Okay.
So everything will be easy because their money also will be safe. They are paying
How
in
do they
escrow.
send the money safely? Because obviously they are paying in the escrow, right?
Yeah.
So is it just safe because it goes in the escrow, or is a way, for example, we've heard things, right? Banking transactions, and there are challenges. So let's say somebody wants to send the money from any country to UAE, it's easy. They're sending it to escrow,
Yeah.
or they can do it multiple ways.
So they can do it multiple ways, first of all, but anyway will leads them to escrow account.
Okay.
For example, as I mentioned, there will be a bank transfer option. There will be a payment link option.
Okay.
Sometimes we have crypto option as well,
Okay.
which is legal as well, and it's common in Dubai. And these are all the ways that all will lead to escrow account. All
Escrow
will goes
account.
to escrow account.
Right, okay.
So that's why they can be, they can
Yeah,
trust
so-
and they can send the
Because
money.
they're actually paying it to an authority in Dubai,
Exactly.
instead of a private company.
Yeah. They are not paying to someone,
Any individual,
third party,
any-
someone,
yeah.
or any company. It's the escrow account with the name of project.
Right.
So that's why it's safe.
Or talk to you a little bit about the social media side of things, right? We all know that Dubai is amazing. UAE all over is amazing. We've seen amazing things happening on social media. Dubai has grown so much in the last decade or so. And but on the other side, now there are 10 seconds, 15 seconds videos that you see every day, maybe like 15 times a day or 20 times a day, people claiming to be Dubai property advisors. Now, most of them started like a couple of months back. Their licenses are not even, they've not even like
They are
actually
tourist
closed the
visas.
6 months mark. Yeah. But they're claiming to be things, and they're claiming that they would advise.
Yeah.
All of this actually is misinformation for people who are serious about buying property.
Yeah.
So how does somebody who wants to buy property here, who's not from here, because you said most of the clients are also from international countries. So how do they actually decide that this is the right guy or this is not the right guy? And like, is there a way they can do it without talking to any broker? Is there a way that they can do it directly? Again, so like, what does it take? Because again, nothing against anybody, but when we see a lot of content on social media, it's kind of monotonous. Everybody saying the same thing,
Yeah.
right? Just different dress, different person, different area, different location, but it's the same thing, right? They might use different effects in the video, but that doesn't really take away the crux of the crux of the video is contact me if you want to want to invest in property in Dubai. But after that, are you the right person? Why should I contact you? Right? When I go into your social media, I see 30 videos posted in the last 3 months, right? All saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And there is no history.
Same projects as well.
Yeah. So this is challenging. So like first what I want to ask you is, how does a customer identify that this is the right guy or not? First. Second, I want you to tell me, can they buy directly without talking to anybody else except the company that they want to buy from?
So they need to see that this person is exactly an advisor, a broker, or only influencer.
Okay.
So you can see this, I think, from their content. Content will show you everything. Some people, they only make content for likes, shares, and comments and followers.
Okay.
So this is something that all of us, we can recognize.
All right.
So to see that they are really brokers or influencers, they are like, they know about the market or not. They're just here for marketing.
Okay.
So the other point is that once you want to talk with any broker, check for RERA.
Okay.
So RERA is a license that will allow you to sell property legally in Dubai.
But let's say they have a reader card and it's like 3 months old.
So it's not a good point.
It's not a good point. Okay.
Yeah, it's a red flag. So you need to see that, okay, if they are doing some content, are they from a trusted company as well? It's a trusted real estate company. Which real estate company they are working for?
Okay.
How old is this company?
But the customer at the end of the day is buying from the manufacturer, which is developers.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then they are paying nothing to the broker.
Yes.
Right? So they're just coming to them for free advice.
Yeah.
Right? Even then, you're saying they should check the company and the background?
I think, yeah, because if you want to get a good advice, to trust the people, you need to know what's their background.
Okay.
Which kind of company they're from and what kind of knowledge they have.
Okay.
So it's very important. So if they are giving you advice, you need to check all of these things.
But if somebody is buying off-plan property in Dubai, should they not directly talk to the developer?
Of course, they can talk to developer as well, but always having an advisor next to you will help you as well.
Okay.
So because not in all of the steps we can help the client, as I mentioned for resale, for example, for rental, not for all of them we can help the client, but we will be always there till they hand over the property. We will be there. We will help them for their installments, for their documentation, for everything. We will be next to the client. But later on, for sure, they might need a broker as well.
Right. So you're saying that, okay, so if I understand the journey correctly, let's say somebody wants to buy a property directly from the developer. Do you recommend this buyer to go to a broker instead of coming to you guys directly as a developer?
So, see, this is something that we cannot say that 100% buying from developer is a good point or 100% buying from an agent is a good point.
But buying from a developer does give them the edge of negotiating for themselves.
Yes, it will help them to have more negotiation, to have more flexibility.
Exactly.
For sure, it will help them. But after handover, maybe they want to resell, they want to rent. So this time is the broker time,
okay,
so
when
they will help them.
So this is a secondary deal, right?
Yes.
So initially, if a customer wants to come and buy directly from you guys, they can do it. They can buy directly from the developer, and then they don't need to, obviously they're not paying any commission to the brokers, but the developer is paying commission to the brokers. So the customer can ask for this money back in terms of discounts or savings or something or credit or anything, right? So it's a benefit if the customer goes to a developer direct.
Yes, it will help them to get more flexibility and better price as well.
Better price as well.
Yes. And if they are confused between projects, if they are confused between the locations, then they can just talk with a broker to check which one is better for them.
Why invest in Dubai instead of your own country? Why do you think a lot of your customers, who are 90% of them from different markets globally, why do they invest in Dubai instead of investing more in their home country?
So the thing is that I think the reason that most of people are coming to Dubai is that there is no tax in Dubai.
Okay.
So there is zero tax.
All right.
Either you get rental, either you want to resell your property, there is no tax. This is first question that the first reason that everyone is coming to Dubai for investment. Second is that they can have residency visa as well.
Okay.
They can have the option of golden visa or 2 years investor visa or 5 years visa as well. So this is another option. And the other point is that Dubai make everything very easy to invest. It's an investor friendly area. It's very friends with investors. It will make everything very easy for the people in terms of the projects, like different project in terms of like locations, in terms of future plans. So it's making very easy for all the investors. And the last one is that me personally, I didn't see in my country itself is the currency,
Okay.
which is stable.
All right.
You can see it's for years and years that dirhams to dollars, it's stable all the time. The currency is always stable,
Right.
which you can see very less and very rare in other countries as well.
Okay.
So the economy is stable here and it's growing as well.
Right. So obviously, when you say zero tax and when you say, there is protection. So you're referring to the laws for the buyers, that Dubai is protecting the buyers who are buying the property?
Yeah, it's only because of the laws, because government is making everything easy for them. The laws that we have, yes.
How soon or how old one should be, or how young, I say, one should be to start investing in property?
Okay, so as young as you are, so I
Okay.
think however early you enter to the market, to the investment in Dubai, it's going to be much better. Because when you're young, you can take more risk as well.
Okay.
And your money will grows, like has time to grow as well.
Okay.
And also you don't need to like look for luxury property, to look for like most expensive one. It's better to enter with the less amount, with the affordable project, with the long payment plan. Just
Okay.
start with something.
Okay.
Then you have time to grow your money. You can be more patient as well when you are
Okay.
young.
Yeah, you have more time on your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, does make sense.
Yeah.
Dubai is all about landmarks. What areas you think people should invest in? What are the new upcoming areas? Are the landmarks still having that premium property pricing? Are there still projects near the landmarks, or you should go for upcoming areas?
Okay.
What's the market like today?
So in my opinion, for sure, upcoming areas, the new areas which is growing right now, and government has planned for these areas. So
Okay.
for example, let's say Dubai South, we're
Okay.
going to have the biggest airport there. Let's say Dubai Land Residence Complex or JVC, Arjan. These are the areas that is growing right now, that government has planned for them. The access is going to be easy for them as well. So these are the areas that you need to focus on, like downtown, Marina, or let's say Palm Jumeirah. So these are done. You cannot invest in these areas right now because they grows already, but new areas will always give you more benefits.
You're talking in terms of capital appreciation?
Capital appreciation, yes, and
okay.
ROI as well.
Okay.
So because we're going to have, let's say, metro station there's as well. So new metro stations. So it will help you to have more rental income also, because whenever metro station is there, so for sure the demands for rental will grow as well. So these are the areas that you can think if you are looking for affordable projects.
Okay.
But if you are looking for something with high ticket price, I can say beachfront projects
Okay.
can be good. For example, Dubai Island.
Yeah, water-facing communities. Yeah.
Yes. So this kind of areas, yes, it will give you always benefit because it's waterfront. We have very less waterfront plots right now in UAE. So in terms of capital appreciation or later on holiday homes, it will give you benefit.
The current situation of UAE market, we all know what's happening on a global scale. People are calling it World War III. Again, it's everybody's opinion. What do you think about how this global crisis is affecting UAE, or what's your opinion about it? What do you think will happen later down the line with the market? What's happening right now? What will happen later on?
Okay, so right now in the market, for sure, there will be some pause.
Okay.
But still, we can see transactions as well. As a
Okay.
developer side, we have transactions. It might be slow, it
Okay.
might be less than 1 month before, but still there are transactions. Still, like investors, they like to invest in Dubai
All right.
because they know how Dubai will face to everything. Let's say crisis in 2008 or COVID or floods, everything. So they saw everything. They know how Dubai will face to all of these challenges.
Right.
So they trust the government, and still they are investing in Dubai.
Okay.
So we can say that Dubai has faces many challenges during the time, but they always shown stronger than before.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
as they
again,
mentioned,
yeah.
we are all Emirati here.
Of course.
So
yes, there
we
is
all
no
stand
question.
by UAE as well, and we can see how powerful the government are, how they will face the challenges, and how they will fix everything, and everything will be normal as
Yeah,
before.
again, so in the last, let's say today, when we are shooting this, we're in the middle of April. So the last 30, 40 days, do you want to divide it in phases? If you want to talk about like, when did you start seeing transactions again? Or was there a pause, like where there was no transactions, or they were slow, but they were happening all along in the last 30, 40
Okay,
days?
so I can say maybe for 1 week,
Okay.
there were no transactions. Like
Okay. There was a pause.
it was a pause, yeah.
Okay.
But after 1 week, once they see how Dubai is reacting
Yeah,
to
yeah,
everything,
yeah. Again,
so
yeah.
people they start
They started, yes.
investing again. They start transactions. Yes, it's less than before, but still there is. We
Okay.
cannot say it's a stop and there is no more real estate in
Yeah,
Dubai.
because again, we're all still here. We, again, you're going to your job, I'm going to my work, and everything is going on. So life is still happening. Social media has given a very negative picture
Yeah.
of what's happening to Dubai, which is not appropriate. I don't know what was the reasons behind it, but in real, we've not seen anything. I mean, the roads are still so crowded. There is
Yes.
still traffic.
Traffic,
It
yes.
still takes me an hour and a half to get back home. So
Yeah.
there is still crowd, and people are working. It's just I haven't seen any of those things that people are talking about on social media happening in real. Honestly, I am
And you
not.
can see the malls.
Yeah, they're
and-
flooded.
Yeah, it's
It
flooded.
was a weekend. It was hard to get a
Yeah,
parking
and
space.
restaurants, everything.
Yeah.
People are
Again,
doing normal. Like even me, that for me everything was normal.
Right.
When I got the alarms, I was sleeping and I didn't care like there is alarm or not. I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I was at the middle of meeting. So yeah, it's normal. So we didn't just feel anything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Monu.
much for
It
your
was-
invitation.
Thank you. It was a
Thank
pleasure
you.
having you. And there you
My
have it,
pleasure.
guys. XPLOON's podcast. Thank you.